today. I had another hi guys, how's it going today? And it was in the dark, and I did a few filters so you could see me, and my kind master said, oh, this isn't supported. So guess what? I started a new one. I'd had a migraine when I woke up, and thank goodness when I got up, I had my coffee, and I'm doing better now. See, I had my hair washed yesterday. Actually, it doesn't look so bad. Spent the day with mom and dad and my daughter Alana, because her birthday is today. Happy 29th, Alana, I love ya. I know I say that later on in the video, but again, I needed to make a new good morning, how are you? Oh, but yes, Mom, they says, go ahead and take a shower if you need a shower, because I have been wiping my hair down and using water from the snow and that kind of stuff, but it just wasn't getting it clean. It was getting the smell out, and it was getting most of it, but it was just not, a shower. Come on. Especially, my throat's froggy a little bit this morning. Especially when you don't have any water coming through your pipes. That's all I want to drink now. That's all I want. Water. I want to drink water. And I'm like, I have 1 cup of coffee a day because I'm not wasting the drinking water. These cats get it too. They were having snow water, but I'm like, you know what? I have this partial bottle open. After I made my coffee, I dump it in their water dish. And their water dish empties out very quickly because the moisture in the air. So anyway, here's my new intro. I'll see you in a minute. So I'm standing near where my commode is, and I'm reconsidering the fact that Einstein has a few ideas about when I use the toilet. It's kind of weird being judged while you're... I'm not on it. I'm just standing near it, and I noticed, that's kind of not a nice place for him right now. So now what I'm doing is I found a piece that was, I don't know if it was an infant hat or what it was, but it had these 2 yarns mixed together, and it was cheap, whatever, and I bought it. But what I'm doing now is, let's see, we want the green on it too, so I am splitting the plies. See, my hair got all fluffy. I am splitting the plies. And this is what I do. I turned it tiny. It was this. And let's see if I can do this with my glasses on. I just take it apart like so. Look, here's one ply. And then it comes down. If I could do this, that would be great. That would be great, man. And this is sometimes what I do on days that I can't crochet, is I'll just take some yarn apart and make lace weight for myself. The blanket, I'll show you a piece of that in a minute. The blanket that I take apart. Now see, let's see, we ended with a purple on this end. So I'm going to take, whoop, I dropped it. Okay, this end seems to be not purple either. Okay, well, when that happens, I just add it on. Because it doesn't really mess with any kind of pattern to me when I make stuff with it. I found a pattern that, and I just put it together with a square knot, and I had to do it on my knee and you couldn't see what I was doing. I apologize for that. Now with the square knot, you can cut it very, 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 very close. And there's barely a knot in there. I found a pattern and I tried it out with the blue that looks like flowers. And I was like, that definitely would look better in a lace weight. So I'm taking some yarn apart today. Ooh, is that stuck on my shoe? It is. I'm wearing my shoes. It's still chilly in here. It was, I know what I was doing those past couple of days. Those 2 days, they were very cold. Very cold. I think Tuesday, it was 17 below zero. And it got chilly in my house. I was cuddled up to this thing, this heater over here. Right now I'm cuddled up to the heater too. But that's what I had been doing, is I was trying just to stay warm. And I didn't feel I could do a video. And yesterday again, we celebrated my daughter's birthday. So I couldn't get a video out. I love you guys, but my daughter's more important. And I don't, when I'm in a social situation, I don't bring my phone out. My mom and dad, as a matter of fact, my daughter, she turned 29, by the way. She was looking for the Wi-Fi password because she's one of those ones that have to go into another room when there's too many people. And to her, 4 people in a room is too much. And I was like, I can't get their Wi-Fi password to work on my phone either. And then she says, well, do you want it? I said, no, I really don't. I said, I really don't want to. I'm sitting here talking to your grandma and grandpa. They're more important than my phone. I feel better connected to people that I'm sitting in the room with than being on my phone. I like genuine conversations. I like to put the phone away and listen to somebody. Because if I put the phone away and I listen to you, that means that you're important enough to listen to. If you're just babbling on and I bring my phone out, you're boring me. Or you've given me too much information and I need to process. And I silently just kind of go off into Pinterest or somewhere like that because I am processing what you've just given me. Oh. You guys need food. I need to put that in. I got them some wet food yesterday too. I kind of snuck into one of the stores and did that. They were looking around and I'm like, I'm gonna take a side step over here, and walked over to one of the stores and got some cat food. I'll get it. I'll get more another day, but they have 24 cans right now, so let's see. 3 cans a day. Hey, we got about 2 days. So, rattle, rattle. Why are you rattling? I don't want to touch that. It's hot. Okay, let's see if we can do this in front of you. You cross it like this, then you bend it down, and then you bring it up, and then this guy over here comes around behind it, and then you stick that one underneath and pull it through. Now, if you do it right, it makes a really nice knot. If you actually, this one, I've noticed, if you do it wrong, it actually kind of makes a kind of a squiggly weird E. And I'm like, oh, an error sign. Duh. You did that one wrong, Aunt T. It's barely a little knot. And when those knots occur when I'm crocheting, I'll crochet here, and then hopefully it'll wind itself up into the double crochet, because I'm usually doing a double crochet, and you won't see the knot. And you won't feel the knot. It's a knot. It's not a knot. Let's see if I can actually do it on purpose to make it look bad. Let's see. Let's do it this way. And then let's do it. We'll try to do it this way. Well, let's do it this way and see what happens. I can't do it on purpose, you guys. No, but see, it makes it. This is why it's called a square knot. It makes a square when you're making it. And I did do it wrong, and it still worked, which is weird. I need to get better scissors. These ones are sharpened. I hear that I've tried this, and it doesn't seem to help for me. But you're supposed to be able to cut aluminum foil with your scissors and sharpen them. I just take a knife sharpener. Most scissors nowadays, you just don't sharpen them. You just throw them away and get another pair. Or you just put them in the drawer for cutting paper. Oh. So, anyway, that's my explanation for being gone for so long. And see, I only take so much, maybe about a yard of yarn each time, because this stuff will fuzz and make a knot when you're trying to pull it through. And then it's like, I gotta get past that knot. I gotta get past that knot every time. And how I deal with that is when that knot occurs is I pull it up, cut it, pull the one side off, and decide if that other side past the knot is long enough, and keep that. But the good side, I keep. So, anyway, this is the cotton yarn. What did I do? Yesterday when I was shopping, I got a really pretty lace. It looks like a blouse, but I guess it's a dress. I don't know. But it had a lining in it. It had this lining in it. And for one thing, that lining is not cotton. It is rayon or some weird plastic feeling thing. So I just cut around it where the seam was, very, 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 very close, and took it off and made it into like a cover up. And I'd gotten this really cool dress that had straps that tied. And I'm like, don't really want to wear that. I personally don't like the way my underarms look. So I personally don't like to look at it. So I cover it up. I don't cover it up for your eyes, because if I liked having my arms showing and you didn't like having my arms showing, my body. So what? Plus, if I like something I'm wearing and you don't, my body. So what? That was my choice I made. If you don't like it, don't wear it. It's just simple as that. But anyway, this dress I got, has skulls and roses and stuff on it. And I thought, yeah, that's pretty dang cool. I got a vest, and it's got faux fur in it. I should show you these things. And sorry about the litter box. Here's that shirt. You know, you could see the dress underneath it. You could see the skulls underneath it. But I thought, you know, these sleeves would be great for what I wanted to cover my arms. Here's the vest. I don't think it's real leather either. It says faux fur, acrylic, polyester, and the shell. Oh, well, why would they do that? It is leather. It's covered in glitter, though. Why would they put... That just makes 0 sense, to put faux fur inside of leather. Come on. Okay, we're only gonna skin half the animal and then throw the fur out. Okay. Whatever. My mistake, my bad. I bought something leather. Actually, honestly, I know my hair, it just keeps getting more and more static. I know spending money on things that are made out of leather is promoting those companies, but my money didn't directly go to that company. My money went to the store that I bought that from, as in the resale shop I bought it from. So I'm helping out the causes that they're working for. I'm not helping out the people that made the leather product. As in wearing leather, there are absolutely reasons to wear leather. When you're on a bicycle, when you're on a motorcycle, when you're on, when you're working with electricity, there are absolutely reasons to wear leather. And I believe in the Bible, and I'll have to find the quote somewhere, it says the animals know they're here to be used. They're here to be consumed, as in wearing them and eating them. I also believe the Native Americans do this, or did this. They are pretty modernized now, but they have a lot of good beliefs. Use the entire animal. They would use the brains to tan it. They would probably eat most of it. The bladder would become dry and turned into something you could carry water in. Yada, 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 yada. So I don't mind, if I'm going to eat an animal, I don't mind wearing its skin either. My sibling looked at me one day, she says, because she's a vegetarian. A vegetarian. I'm not, my body's not a graveyard. And I looked at her, I said, no, it's not, is it? I says, it's a compost pile. So, I mean, whether you're using the animals as intended by the Bible, or you're eating a head of lettuce, you're still eating live beings. And here's another news flash for that one. If you're protecting the animals by not eating them, what are they supposed to eat? You're eating their food. You're starving them. So hunting and fishing and all that stuff, it will say right there, it's for population control. If we don't help the population, like, for example, a rat, we don't eat those. Okay, they're vermin. They carry disease. But a rat can give birth to probably 24 babies and get pregnant that same day with 24 more. So imagine if there wasn't population control. However, you know, people can go, oh, humans need that too. No, It doesn't say in the Bible that we need to do that to humans. And if you'd like to argue that plastic and rubber take the place of leather, sure they do. They're also releasing toxins into the air that poison these animals that you can't eat. Oh, I gotta get that off that hanger because it's gonna fall down. I got a granny dress. It's really cute though. I got my Temu shirts. This one is the one that says "Rage consumes me," and it's got a cute little cat. Rage consumes me. And I got them all in like 3X, 5X, that kind of stuff. So I could just wear it around the house and flop around the house. And to tell you the honest to goodness truth, I may not be a 3 or 5X on my body, but my arms are. And they won't take them off. They won't take the extra skin off. Because they're not causing me any issues. It just looks ugly. I'm like, all right, fine. If I'm going to have big old arms like that, then I'm going to decorate them nicely. And there are exercises you can do, and I do have, I bought some stretch bands. Maybe it'll help, maybe it won't. I don't know. I'll try it out. But anyway, I did get a granny dress. Pam's been getting the ones with the reds and the blues and the yellows and just like that kind of print. And those colors look very pretty with her complexion. And I cannot, if you see with it around me, I cannot. So I'll get that one set up. Just a sec. It is my new granny dress. The sleeves are big enough, it looks like. This I'm going to have to probably get rid of the elastic there because I don't like elastic. But it even has shoulder pads, guys. But whoo, watch it swing around and look at more of my garbage. But there's my granny dress. If I want a little less of a sleeve, here's another thing I can do with that skull. I almost left this one there because it's too big for me. But I thought, oh, that's gonna be nice to just like almost a muumuu. And guys, where'd it go? It has pockets. So that'll be a good one, even if I'm just sitting around the house. Right now, I'm wearing my sweater. So those are my resale finds for clothes. You'll see my Temu shirts and stuff like that. I did get one that's kind of questionable because people are going to be like, "Oh, you're making fun of Pride." Well, it says gray Pride, and it says we're old, we're cranky, and get that off our lawn. And I thought, that's just perfectly auntie. So, and then I have a giant bucket full of trinkets from Amazon haul. I'm not going to go through the whole thing with you because it's going to take a long time. My mom got to see me do it. She likes to see unboxings, but she doesn't like to sit through my yakking. So, they're just nibs and nabs of things like these are supposed to be holding for remotes. I'm like, I could do something with that. Just little nibs of stuff. So, basically I showed you my thrift store haul. I have those blankets too. 2 of them. $6 a piece. There are no stains on them. Perfect yarn. Oh, I was going to show you that. Where is it? When I take a blanket apart, usually it comes... Here, I'll have to set you up. There we go. Usually it comes with these 2 strands together. And it is different. It is different than texture and amount than the other cotton that I was taking apart. It is bigger, the plies. So I would use this for something else. Oh, I made a hat. And here's the hat I made. It's a flower, and I was going to wear it yesterday, but then I looked at that and I'm like, that does not look good on you, Auntie. I thought so. It would look good with somebody with thinner hair, shorter hair. Actually, my face is too round, or I don't know what shape this is. The moon shape. Because I got a very prominent chin. But I just thought that this would actually look better on my mom. She's a smaller person with a smaller face, and it would look a lot better. But that's the hat that I made. Auntie made a hat, but I don't look good in hats. And this is what I do. I just separate them. And I use a square knot. And there, see? It made a square, so we're good. Up! And I just tighten it up, and I need a better pair of scissors. I have so many pairs of scissors, though, so what I'm saying is I need to reach another pair of scissors, and then just cut it off really close to the knot. I'll save that for my trash bottles. I call my trash bottles. Now this is a little easier to see the knot, but then you just double. With that one, I just made 4 times the amount of yarn that it had. So it's just kind of a hobby, and I was curious at one point. And see, that's what it looks like, all balled up. I'll stick that over there. And sometimes I'll take those thinner ones that have the different colors on them and mix them with that and make it a thicker yarn, but it also has the color and I don't have to dye it. This one that I'm taking apart now. Once you get, now this one's harder because it's got, these ones are separate. They're not stuck together to each other, but this side is. So, but when you get these, they have sewn in so that you can't take it apart, so it doesn't fall apart on you. But sometimes these get snagged. Sometimes they get all that. So I just cut around that, and those become like belts. And what I do with this is basically I just pull it out. And let me get it out of the wad. See, this one's stained up. You can see the stains on it. What I do when it's stained up, honestly, I use it for tie-dye. I will make a project and dye it. And see, I just move it along. Move it along. And it just comes off. And I do, when I am looking, these ones didn't, but when I'm looking for something like this, see, here it comes. When I'm looking for something like this, I am looking for the ones that are torn or that are stained, left in the resale shop, and nobody wants them because I dye them. And that's that. I just take them apart and use them. $6 for, golly gee whiz, how many sweaters can you make out of that? How many granny squares can you make out of that? I know I'm telling all my secrets, but you know what? if one store catches on, some of them might not. Yard sales don't. People are just like, I just want to get rid of my stuff. So you go through a yard sale and they've got some of those blankets. You bet your bottom end I'm in there grabbing them up if they're at $2, $3, $6 a piece. Because a cone of cotton like this, and I'm not talking about those little bales, I'm talking about a cone that, is $25. So that's how I save. Actually, I could put that on this piece here. That's how I save money doing my crafts. And yes, I do use old yarn. Some of the ones, yard sales. People have given them washcloths that they've made just as, Merry Christmas, Happy Birthday, that kind of stuff. Now, some of those have been used, and they are very hard to take apart. So I will find a project that will do the 4-ply, because they just fuzz and tear and rip and break apart. And that's where you don't use old yarn, because it will break apart. But they're like, oh, I don't want this washcloth anymore. And I'm like, oh, that's freaking cotton for 50 cents. Cotton yarn's expensive. Okay. I'm gonna go now. I've got myself in a bit of a tangle. I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching me spin like a carousel grin, round and round in the wind. The clock keeps ticking, but who's keeping score? The door's still open, what's it waiting for?